We're kicking off season 36 of Outdoor Wisconsin here at the Horicon Marsh Education and Visitor Center, where this fantastic woolly mammoth sculpture greets everyone who comes here to explore the marsh and its history. In this first show of the new season, we'll focus on winter fun. In just a few minutes, Elizabeth Kramer joins a group of cold weather hikers for the annual Walk Across Lake Winnebago. And then Jeff Kelm joins a Waukesha High School group for an ice fishing outing on Fowler Lake. But first, I'll go ski-joring in the Southern Kettle Moraine with dog-powered sports enthusiast Tim Burch. I'm Dan Small, and it's time once again for Outdoor Wisconsin.
Summer to fall, winter to spring, from Green Bay to where the St. Croix sings, from Kettle Moraine to Superior Shore. Outdoor Wisconsin, outdoor Wisconsin.
Old-time duck hunters use marsh skis like these to get into hard-to-reach places on Horicon Marsh. Last winter, I wore cross-country skis to try my hand at ski-joring on the Scuppernong Trail in the Kettle Moraine State Forest with Tim Burch of Milwaukee Mushers and his Alaskan Huskies Stormy and Hunter.
On by.
I've come out with Tim Burch to the Scuppernong Trail here in the southern unit of the Kettle Moraine State Forest in Waukesha County, and it's a perfect day for cross-country skiing today. But Tim does it with the added boost of dog power. Tim, they call this ski-joring, I understand, right?
Yeah, it's Scandinavian term, ski-joring, or sometimes you'll hear it pronounced skijoring. Hey, let's go. It's started in Scandinavia, Norway, or Sweden. If you want to experience world-class speed, then you hook yourself to a couple Alaskan Huskies, or in Europe they use pointer crosses, Eurohounds. They mix some greyhound in there, and they're really fast dogs. My dogs here are more of a distance breed. These are the ones that are used in the Iditarod. That's a great way to exercise your dog, spend time in the outdoors, and I don't like to have to ski slow, but if I'm on by myself, I'm stuck with it. But with these guys, we can get moving down the trail pretty good.
Now these are Alaskan Huskies, and how old are they?
They're each about 5 years old. Hunter is about half year older than his cousin, Storm.
Whoa, easy, take a break.
If someone is going to do this, Tim, what are the special concerns they have to have? Obviously, you got to have a dog.
Yeah,
right?
well,
and a friendly one like this.
I call it an orphan sport because there's not really a whole lot of people who do this, despite how much fun it is. But I think once you experience it, it's really great. To me, it's way more fun than snowmobiling. It's not smelly or noisy, and then you get to cuddle up with them when you're done. You know, you can't do that with a snowmobile. You need dogs that want to run, and even more than that, they need to be able to pull, and they need to be able to head down the trail. I mean, you might have a dog that goes to a dog park and runs all over the place, but you don't want that on the trail. You want one that's just going to follow the trail and go. You also need to be able to ski. I have people who see me do this, and then they're like, "Oh, that's great! You know, I got a dog that really, loves the winter, loves to run around outside." I say, "Okay, well, do you ski?" And they're like, "Well, no." I'm like, you really, before you strap yourselves with some dogs, you better be able to control yourself on the skis. And training the dogs too. If you have a dog that isn't bred for this, a lot of people, they'll have maybe Siberian Huskies. You know, that's what people typically think of when they think of sled dogs, the big fluffy Siberian Huskies. Those are really bred nowadays. Most of them are bred for show. These dogs, they're Alaskan Huskies, but they're not a registered breed because there's no breed standard. They're bred for performance, not appearance. So the thing with the Siberian Huskies is they've had a lot of that working breed bred out of them. So it takes quite a bit to retrain those dogs. And I'll tell people, come see me in the fall. As soon as the temperatures get usually in the 40s, that's when I start running them. They get the summers off. It's just too hot for them. But once the temperatures get a little cooler in the fall, then we start on wheels, bikes, or I do canacross too. It's like cross-country running with dogs. And most people will skate ski.
Yeah.
If you're used to classic cross-country skiing, striding, that works, but it's not as efficient or as fast. One advantage it has is you can go pretty much anywhere. You don't really need a groomed trail for classic skiing.
All right, let's go. Hop.
What we're doing today, we have a nice groomed trail. We're really lucky. That's the other thing, is you need a safe place to train. And because it's an orphan sport, there's not a lot of places that let you do this. There's some trails in Franklin that I maintain, and we have a group of people come out and use that all the time. But yeah, it's finding a place that's long enough distance. You don't want to run them on pavement, and you certainly don't want to run them with traffic. And that's, you know, what's one of the keys is to find a safe place to work with your dog.